Hello, science fans! Let's talk about something really big. I mean, monumentally big. Imagine a company called SpaceX. It was started by a fellow named Elon Musk. For years, they've been launching rockets, sending satellites, even astronauts into space. They figured out how to land their rockets back on Earth so they could use them again. Think about that. Reusing rockets. That was a huge deal because it made spaceflight much less expensive. Now, SpaceX has built its biggest rocket ever. It's called Starship, and it's designed to do things we've only dreamed of, like going to Mars. It's not just a rocket, it's a whole new kind of spaceship. So what makes Starship so special? Well, for starters, it's enormous. When it sits on top of its booster, called the Super Heavy, the whole thing stands taller than the Statue of Liberty. The main goal of this latest mission was to prove that Starship could do more than just fly up and come back down. It was time to show it could do a real job in space. The primary objective was to deploy satellites directly from a special door in its side. This might sound simple, but it was a very big test. The mission was designed to carry a batch of SpaceX's own Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit and release them. It was a demonstration of Starship's potential as a next-generation satellite deployment platform, something that could change the whole industry. Essentially, SpaceX wanted to answer a few key questions with this flight. First, could Starship successfully carry a heavy payload of satellites all the way to the correct orbit? Second, could a brand new mechanism, a sort of satellite dispenser, work in the zero-gravity environment of orbit? This wasn't just about opening a door. It involved a complex system designed to push the satellites out gently and precisely. And third, after completing its job, could the Starship spacecraft perform the necessary maneuvers to deorbit and survive re-entry to land safely? It was a complete, end-to-end test of its capabilities. This mission was a crucial step toward making Starship operational. While previous flights proved basic mechanics, this one was about utility. It's one thing to have a truck that can drive around the block. It's another to prove it can haul furniture and deliver it safely. Let's break down this amazing mission. The giant Super Heavy booster, 33 Raptor engines, ignited with a deafening roar. The entire Starship stack lifted off the ground. The ascent pushed the vehicle through the thickest parts of Earth's atmosphere. After a few minutes, the booster's job was done. Booster separation. The booster began its journey back to Earth. Controlled descent, landing in the Gulf of Mexico, ready to be recovered, ready to be recovered, ready to be reused. Meanwhile, the Starship upper stage fired its engines to reach low Earth orbit. Starship circled the globe, coasting silently through space. Ground control teams in Texas ran checks. Onboard computers ran checks. Then came the moment of truth. The stacked Starlink satellites were visible. A dispenser mechanism gently pushed the satellites out, like a giant Pez dispenser. So, why is deploying satellites from a giant reusable spaceship such a big deal? Well, it really comes down to two things: size, cost. In the past, satellites had to be made to fit inside small nose cones or fairings. Imagine shipping a huge telescope but forced into a tiny box. You'd have to fold it up. Very complex, like origami. That creates complexity, more points of failure, more expense. It fundamentally limits what we can build and send to space. But Starship changes the equation. Its payload bay is enormous. You can fit entire school buses inside. No more compromises on size or shape. Bigger telescopes, larger space stations, habitats with more room, satellites that are simpler and more robust. No complicated unfolding. Starship lets us think much bigger. The second factor is cost. Reusability is key. Traditional rockets are thrown away after each launch, like throwing away an airplane after one flight. Reuse hundreds of times, and cost per launch drops dramatically. That makes space more accessible. This successful satellite deployment isn't just about putting more Starlinks into orbit. It's a stepping stone toward a much grander vision for humanity's future in space. By proving Starship can work as a reliable cargo transport, SpaceX has unlocked the next phase. The same system can be adapted to carry building blocks of a lunar base, supplies for long-duration missions to Mars, and this was the proof of concept for the logistics network that will support human expansion across the solar system. It showed the world that the space truck works. We could assemble enormous space telescopes in orbit, far larger and more powerful than Hubble or James Webb. These instruments could study exoplanet atmospheres in detail, searching for signs of life. We could build rotating stations that create artificial gravity, making long-term stays healthier. Before we send people, we'll send many cargo ships full of supplies, habitats, rovers, and power systems. Each cargo mission builds confidence and provides data to make crewed flights safer. In conclusion, this single mission was a giant leap for spaceflight. It wasn't just another launch, it was the beginning of a new era, and that is truly scientifically awesome.